Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Good morning. Everything okay? Now, today we start our new chapter, that is transport in animals. First chapter we finish transport in plants, and today transport in animals, chapter 9. And our topic today is circulatory system. Open your book, page number 106 and 7. These two pages we will discuss today. And first of all, we start from here. Why is blood red? Okay, our blood, it is red because it contains a red pigment that is called hemoglobin. Okay, this is red cell and some kinds of cell in our blood. Okay, the red cells in our blood are called hemoglobin, and this is because of this our color of our blood is red. And this pigment transports oxygen around our body. You know, the oxygen that we take from the lungs, that is the red cells that absorb the oxygen from the lungs and they transport it into our body. Okay, now here hemoglobin, this is, you say, these molecules contains an iron atoms at its center. Okay, when we have the less quantity of these cells, then the absorption of the oxygen in the blood become less. And if the absorption of the oxygen is less in our body, then from the food it can't energy completely release. Okay, this is so important to the quantity of the red cells should be in our blood. Then this is hemocyanin. This is, these molecules contains an copper atoms at its center. Then chlorochlorine, this pigment is green when it is dilute and red when concentrated. It also contains iron like hemoglobin. Okay, these have two quality, one is green and one is red. And here you can see this in this picture, the red uh, part of this circulatory system shows the blood that is rich with the oxygen, and blue part that is poor with the oxygen but rich with the carbon dioxide. Okay, again I repeat, the red part of this picture you can see that is rich with the oxygen but it is poor with the carbon dioxide. And blue part in our circulatory system that shows that the poor oxygen but rich with the carbon dioxide. Okay, and these carbon dioxide and oxygen, they exchange in the lungs. And here circulatory system, what is circulatory system? A process in which the blood move around the body is called circulatory system. And what are the blood vessel? The tube that in which the blood moves, it is called blood vessels. Okay, and here you can see oxygenated blood and deoxygenated. This I told you before. The blood that contains oxygen, that is called oxygenated blood. It has more quantity of blood. And deoxygenated blood that have less quantity of oxygen but more carbon dioxide, that is called deoxygenated blood. And here some um, characteristics of this rich in oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, if you can, this too. And here some kinds of cells and in our blood. Number one is plasma, then platelets, then red blood cells and white blood cells. Okay, and each and every have some characteristics. And you can see here plasma transport nutrients, hormones and proteins. Okay, and it is a yellow liquid that make up about 55% of body blood volume. And platelets form clots to stop bleeding. It is 1% only in the blood. You know, when our body from cut from anywhere, then it's clotting, stop the blood. Okay, if these cells are less, then blood will not stop until finish all blood. And red blood cells, you know, that is take carry the oxygen throughout our body, and it is about 40 to 45% of our blood. And then white blood cells, the part of the body immune system, detect the fight virus and bacteria. Okay, there are five major types of blood cells, and they are about 1% of our blood. Okay, now here next is double and single circulatory system, in which blood is moving and come back. This is twice in to the heart. Okay, and then is a pulmonary system and systematic system. These are two different systems. In pulmonary system, the blood vessels that take blood to the lungs and back, called pulmonary system. And systematic system, the blood vessel that take the blood to the rest of the uh, part of our body and back to, is called systematic system. Okay, boys, these are our main circulatory system. And revise this. See you later, inshallah.